So this was a crazy day on Meta because we had our first 1000% day trade, and we're gonna break down all the details to why I got into this play and my entries and exits. So hopping straight into the play, we got our 5 minute chart sitting right in front of us, and we have a few entries and a few exits. And we're gonna zoom out by switching to the daily chart, which is where most traders should be looking at. Pretty much every trader, right? Even if you're a scalper, you should be looking at the daily chart. And this is going to give you an overall view of the market, right? Each candle is a day, and you can see this channel that we have drawn using the lows and the highs. You could see this was a uptrend previously, so this channel is considered like a flag, and you could expect a breakout once we break out of this flag. So that's what we're experiencing today. We didn't know that this was gonna happen at the beginning of the day because the candle opened right inside of the flag. So as the day was going on, that's when we actually decided to break that flag and go further. And I'm going to show you how I was able to get into this trade. So we're going to go down to let's go to the 4 hour, and this is a more of an intermediate view on the chart. You got the bull flag inside of a bigger bull flag from the daily, right? So this one is showing you we're above the 9 EMA, which is a moving average that tells you whether we're bullish or bearish. And being that the price is above it, we are bullish. Now you could also look at the volume, which is telling us we are increasing, which means the gas pedal is being pushed, and it's being pushed harder because the volume is increasing, right? So think about how much momentum is actually in the market and in which direction that momentum is, because it's going to tell you a lot about the likelihood of the price continuing or not. Even if you're at a resistance level, right, there might be too much pressure, right, bullish pressure to the upside that might cause that resistance level to not hold up. So that's an example of what happened here on Meta. You have a lot of people thinking we went up for so long, we rejected this trend line, and why not do it a third time, right? Here was one, here was two, and we tried it. You know, you could have got a nice scalp right there, but you know, with the news that came out this morning on the SPY, a lot of people didn't really know how to take that, right? No diddy. And we had a push up this morning into a supply zone, right? And we had a rejection coming down. So that's already confusing people. But if you understood the bigger time frame, like the 4 hour chart on SPY, we pushed through this previous supply zone right here. I know it's tough to see, but this is a resistance, and we broke through it, and we're expecting price to come back to retest it, which it did all pretty much last week and this week, and we are pushing up. All right, we're pushing up off of that level. That's what you're seeing today. So that's why, even though you see a lot of bearishness, I still expected some bullishness because of the overall view that this area is holding as support, right? We're above all these EMAs on the 4 hour, above the EMAs on the 15-minute and lower time frame. So the volume is still there. The bulls are showing that they're putting up a fight, and we don't know how long the bears are gonna be able to hold the bulls back. So this is just an overview of the price action we're seeing in the overall market, which reflects what you're seeing in some of the stocks. But not every stock is gonna follow that pattern, right? Now Google is more, I call it like an unconscious stock at the moment because it's just going back and forth, chopping around, and it doesn't really have any sense to it right now. It's just trying to figure things out. While you have something like Meta, which is showing its strength, and this is another thing that we could point out this morning on Meta, that I was able to see the strength in the stock just by looking at the price action, comparing that price action to the SPY price action, and taking a look at how other stocks are reacting to the SPY, right, which is representing our overall market, right, and seeing if these stocks are moving stronger or weaker based on how much the price pushes and pulls back whenever the SPY pushes and pulls back. So that's a good way to manually read if the strength is there in a stock or not, right? And you could use that vice versa as a relationship to understand the SPY as well. So there's a lot you could do in terms of reading the market conditions, but sticking to Meta, right? We're gonna explain the actual trade, and you can see this is the 5-minute chart that we are looking at. So before we go to the 5-minute, we're gonna go to the 15-minute, right? We was just on the 4-hour, right, seeing this breakout, but we started in this area, right at the top of this bull flag resistance. So there's a lot of uncertainty in that area, but notice that the volume is increasing, super low volume on Wednesday. If we're actually going to curl down, then why is that super low, and why is there no follow through, and why is there increase in volume going up? So these are all signs already coming into Friday of this could be bullish. Now if this is bullish and we do take off and break through these previous highs, that's gonna upset the shorters that think this is gonna go down, which could create a big squeeze. Now the biggest thing about this setup is that we are at all-time highs. What does that mean? That means there's no roof, no ceiling. That's very bullish. Another thing is we're at 580 something, and we're in an uptrend. And just using common sense, the first thing that we think about is the price moving in like 10s, or 25s, or 50s, or 100s. So the next price from 580 something would be 590, and then 600. The next price you think about is maybe 610, 620. So when we naturally think these increments, I'm seeing that everyone is ready to see this price go to 600. So that target for it by itself is a bullish target, on top of Meta and their recent release of their glasses, right? The AR glasses. So there's a lot of fundamental. There's a lot going on that added up to this stock having some real bullish pressure. And just understanding that when you're consolidating for a long time and you finally actually do break out of that consolidation, you could expect a big breakout, like a huge breakout, the longer that consolidation is. And as long as the factors are lining up and everything looks good, then you could bet on that breakout happening, right, and continuing. So looking at the 4-hour gave me a good view and picture of what I could expect from the lower time frames. Now on the 15-minute, this is now where we get into some day trading. So this 50 EMA, 9 EMA, which are the same EMAs I use on every time frame. We use these EMAs to know if we're bullish or not, or if we're bearish. So you can see the price came down. We're still above the 50 EMA. This is bullish. All right. I believe let's see, because there's another level that I'm probably not explaining right now. Let's see where this came from. Oh, there you go. So this is a previous resistance from Tuesday, which we broke above, closed above, came down to try to hold this as support, and we was successful, created higher low and pushed up. But before all of this action, the main thing that got me into the play was this candle close there. That was a big sign, which validated continuous movement to the upside, which is why I decided to enter around this area. But another reason why was because I seen it holding support here, holding the 50 EMA, and based on the candles, you see how small and choppy it was looking. Like it wants to go down, but it's not. It wants to go down, but it's not. And it's continuously being pushed up. So the price action, the moving average, the levels, about everything, a lot of things is telling me bullish, and it's very hard to really have a bias to the downside for this. So with everything said, I was very, it just, everything just kept on amplifying the bias that we are bullish, even though the SPY was coming down, right? So this is the thing that you guys may not see, or most people don't observe when we're looking at one stock, that the entire market is coming down during this time. So if this is coming down and pulling other stocks down, on Meta, it is impressive that it's not coming down as strong, right? Notice this is what we got. It's not going down as strong as the SPY was. So long story short, we're gonna look at the 5-minute chart, right? We're gonna look at the 5-minute chart here. Entered around at 9:48 for it was like $1.60, and then a lot of time went by, and this was with a same day expiration. So the most riskiest thing you could do, pretty much, strike 590, and you're gonna see that even though the price pretty much stayed in the same spot and I shouldn't have lost anything, that 160 went down to 138. I mean, well, to not 130, sorry, to 38 cents, right? So with that, I said, hey, me seeing the conditions that we're seeing here, everything else, like I said, was very bullish. I said, let's grab another one, right? Grab one at 38 cents, right? We're gonna go to the Discord and Meta, 38 cents, and so let me see, that's the first. There you go. That's the first trade. Meta eventually got up to 53%, and I took one profit off, right? One scale out right there. After that move, and now this is where things got interesting, because with the same day expirations, this is where you get rewarded. Is when the trade actually does work in your favor, the profits pretty much accelerate, right? This is what you don't get in any other market other than options, is that when you're wrong, the most you could lose is how much you put up. So just don't put up as what you think you could lose, right? That's the number one rule of risk management. That's how you stay in the game. But the thing is, when you are right, you could be tremendously rewarded. And that's what happened here, is that you seen this option. It was, I believe, like I can't remember how much it sold it for, like 160 or 180. No, it was definitely like probably like 2 something actually. And then from that point, we skyrocketed up to like $4.45. So 38 cents. After I sold this off, I had pretty much this trade here for at 38 cents, and sold it off for $4.25. So 38 cents to $4.25. That was a 1,018% play, right? I gotta verify. What was that? Let's verify. Yep, 2018. All right, so my boy Brian caught that along with us, and yeah, it's a great trade. That's the best that you could ever ask for. It's just beautiful that it came the day after a 500% trade, which is just showing that things are working really, really, really well. And the crazy thing is that the market hasn't really chosen a direction yet, right? So yeah, just gotta stay focused right now. I'm pretty much tightening up on everything that I'm doing right and wrong, pretty much. Times when you're losing, you got to make sure you study, figure out why, um, change things and adapt. And when you're winning, you have to study that and package whatever you're doing to make sure that you could repeat that again. Right? So that's where I'm at. There's always work to be done. And the type of trades, the type of analysis that I'm doing now, I wasn't giving you guys a year ago. Definitely not 2 years ago, but you've seen um, just more clarity, more confidence, better plays. Um, you can see from today bigger percentages, and it's a result of observing pretty much everything, right? Everything matters, not just the charts. Everything that's going on in your head, emotionally, your pockets, your family, just your awareness, your focus, your ability to be present, the ability to get things done, your patience, your discipline, right? All of that goes into what pretty much I could say goes into making a 1000% trade, right? Because that's all the things that I could say I had to make sure was in line and in check before I was able to have this type of confidence to take this amount of risk um, in the right way and come out on top. So the goal here now is to teach you guys how to do the same thing. Um, I would love to see some other people out here making these type of returns better than me, right? And it's only gonna push us to get better. And yeah, that's the goal. So I'm gonna have an online course, pretty much being released very very soon. I'll let you guys know. And yeah, we got a class coming up next week. So if you guys want the link, just leave a comment below and just comment class, and I'll send you guys the link. And yeah, hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.